If the fake news mafia isn't hitting you personally with baseless information in Washington, D.C., then you're not doing your job. And if the fake news mafia wants to, ring their drum beat as loud as they can, they're never going to stop me from completing the mission that President Trump asked me to do, which is safeguarding America. We have to fight back against the fake news. It's one of the many things that President Trump is so successful at in leading out on, because no one is attacked as baselessly as he is and as much as he is. And so you know what? They can beat their drums and stand next to toxic waste all they want, but that doesn't make it toxic waste.
FBI Director dollar bills, y'all, Kash Patel came out swinging against a damning report published by The Atlantic in typical MAGA fashion, with a lot of social media posts, a lot of threatening of lawsuits. So let's take a look at what made Kash lash out like this. Memo to the fake news. The only time I'll ever actually be concerned about the hit piece lies you write about me will be when you stop. Keep talking. It means I'm doing exactly what I should be doing, and no amount of BS you ever write will deter this FBI from making America safe again and taking down the criminals you love. Woo! But the claims, they are many. There's claims that he's drinking to excess, that he's drinking all the time publicly in front of people. We saw the video of him smashing a beer down during the Olympics with the hockey team. We saw that literally on video, him beating his chest like he was Celine Dion on crack. So we do have eyes that we own in our own eyes see, and you can drink a beer and be excited about it. But maybe not when you're FBI director. Usually should probably be more focused, chill person. But you do you, I suppose. There is erratic behavior, paranoia. He was locked out of his computer system at the FBI for a minute. There was just a technical error. He starts freaking out, saying he's been fired. Who's in charge of the FBI now? Running around the hallways, screaming about it, supposedly, and it was just a technical error. He was fine and still back in, and probably embarrassed about that behavior. There was, of course, also all the airplane flying around, his girlfriend to different places with him, flying to see her, etc. It's a different story, but just wanted to remind you about it real quick. He shows up late to meetings. Some speculate it's because he is drunk. He pushes meetings. They had to request a battery ram to jam into a room he was in because nobody was answering the door. I mean, that's pretty odd behavior, if you ask me, for most jobs, let alone FBI director especially. And it's creating a very strange work environment, to say the least, at the FBI. This is not top-notch leadership, I wouldn't say. And he's also created an air of intimidation around whistleblowers, focusing on going after Trump's perceived enemies, firing key officials, destroying confidence among FBI employees, whoever's left at the agency, going after people like James Comey and Letitia James, both thrown out of court, but doesn't stop them from doing whatever Trump tells Patel to do, and that's probably why Patel is being kept on by Trump despite this erratic behavior, because Trump doesn't care as much, it seems, if the FBI does FBI stuff, but he has got a great attack dog to be able to go after all of his personal grievances.
These are not the types of people who are willing to speak out outside of the FBI, especially right now, because Kash Patel is going after people with polygraphs in a way that has never happened at the Bureau. So for it to be this level of alarm, this is people genuinely concerned that America is a danger as a result of this conduct.
Sarah Fitzpatrick, the journalist who wrote that piece for The Atlantic, is, of course, standing by her reporting 100% despite a $250 million lawsuit, it seems like, coming down the pike from Patel and this very fierce response.
I'm happy to announce on your show that we are not going to take this laying down. You want to attack my character? Come at me. Bring it on. I'll see you in court.
So you're going to sue them?
Absolutely. It's coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow you will be dropping a lawsuit against The Atlantic magazine.
Yes, I will, for defamation.
But I also think it speaks to character and impulsivity and the ability to, be in a stressful situation and think about what those next steps are. And I think it is also emblematic of other occasions that we have seen that are very public, in which information has been shared by the FBI director, which was not yet, that went beyond what the investigation was ready to make public at that time, and that later had to be walked back. And in multiple cases that we have seen, all very publicly reported, the fact that this has impacted the investigation, this has impacted their ability to pursue people that were potentially mass shooters or other things of that nature. So I think it was a very telling anecdote, but it's not unusual for those that are familiar with his behavior and his temperament. And I spoke to so many officials who said to me, this is what I worry about at night. I cannot sleep at night because I'm worried that I may have pulled something away from somewhere and I've had to reorganize something, and people may be harmed as a result. And so I think that was the really sobering thing that stuck with me throughout this reporting that I would want every American watching to really think about.
So we'll see how that shakes down, but it's nothing new for the Trump administration to sue people for reporting what they say is very sourced with tons of trusted sources. They would not risk their whole organization, their whole publication with just completely made up things like they are claiming that it is. So it remains to be seen how this will shake down. But in the meantime, piece of advice that might be good for Director Patel is maybe chill a little. Maybe just do the job, chill, and maybe just for these 4 years, tone the partying down a bit. The beers will still be there when you're done. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. You can follow me at Ben Gleib for a very big announcement coming very soon.